Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about the habit building process. And to be honest, I haven't heard anyone talk about this, so hopefully it's going to be the first time that you hear this. And trust me, if you implement this in your life, it's going to completely change your life, because you're finally going to be able to start these habits without like burning out, without giving up, because you understand the process. Number one, people always talk about habits and why habits are important. We all know that. We all know that habits are important. And we all know that it takes between 30 to 90 days to build a habit, but no one talks about the process to getting to that 30 to 90 days. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And if you understand this process, like I said, the chances of you building positive habits are going to dramatically increase. So what I found that there's three phases to building a habit, right? Number one is going to be the most powerful phase, which is the motivation phase. This is when you're going to feel motivated to do something. You're going to feel like on top of the world, and you're going to feel like you're never going to quit. But this isn't the case. What's going to happen is that this motivation phase is only going to last a few days. It depends on the person. It might last one day. It might last 2 days. For me personally, I found that it lasts 7 days for me, 7 to 14. And you have to understand how long this motivation phase lasts for you. So you have to pay attention. Another thing that you have to pay attention is that you have to plan ahead when you're motivated. Because when you're motivated, that's going to be the strongest part of the phase, because that's what's going to push you to take action. And so if you understand that, like the motivation phase is going to be the strongest phase, you have to start planning ahead for phase 2 and phase 3, because those are the phases that's going to kill your habits. So what phase 2 is what I call the death phase. And this is where a lot of people can't pass, because it goes like this. You get the motivation. It's like a rocket. You're going straight into the air. But slowly that motivation starts to die, and then you do a nosedive all the way to the bottom, where you're not going to feel like doing that habit. I don't care what it is. It could be singing. It could be something that you're passionate about. It could be skateboarding. It can be baking. But after a couple of days, you're not going to feel like doing that habit. I guarantee you that. So you have to understand, and you have to plan ahead. So you have to tell yourself when you're motivated, okay, what am I going to do? What small action can I take to continue to build that habit? So what I like to do, like, for example, when I started going to the gym early in the morning, I started going to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, trying to build that habit. The first 7 days for me, it was easy. I was like, okay, like I was there. But as soon as I hit day 8, oh man, like I did not feel like going to the gym. But I planned ahead, and I told myself, okay, Danny, when you don't feel like going to the gym, all you have to do is put on your running shoes, put on your shirt, and take one step into the gym. If you take one step in the gym and you still don't feel like going to the gym, you have my own permission to walk out. You already completed your task. And that's what I told myself. You have to give yourself a small step to do. It has to be very tiny. It has to be so tiny that it's not going to be a struggle for you to complete it. So I didn't tell myself that when I don't feel like going, you're still going to have to go to the gym and you're going to have to lift all these weights and you're going to have to run. No, I didn't tell myself that, because I already knew how I am. I already knew that I was going to give up if I gave myself something tough to do. So I told myself, like, as long as you walk into that gym, you're good. You can step out if you want. What typically tends to happen for me personally is when I step in the gym, 2 things happen, right? Either A, I still don't feel like going, and that's when I give myself permission to leave. I already completed my task. Or B, what usually happens is that I'll be like, oh, fuck it, I'm already here at the gym. Like, let me just try to get a workout in. And so that's going to be phase 2, which is like what I call the death phase. And phase 3 is going to be the plateau stage. So like I said, it's going to go up, motivation, then you're going to get to the death phase, and then you're going to go to that plateau stage. The plateau stage is where you kind of feel like going to the gym, but you kind of don't. Like, you're kind of iffy, right? And so this typically lasts a couple days too. And when you're in that phase, you just want to make sure that you're still completing the task. You still want to, you have to be conscious of it, because you might not be pushing yourself as hard as you should. So you have to be conscious, be like, okay, when I'm in that phase where I don't feel like going to the gym, or like I'm kind of like in that plateau stage, I have to be mindful of that and remind myself that I need to push a little bit harder. And so as those are the three phases, right? Number one is going to be motivation. Number two is going to be the death phase. And number three is going to be the plateau. And what I found is that it goes in waves. It goes into waves until you get to that 30 through 90 day mark. As soon as you hit to that 30, 90 day mark, it becomes a habit. Like when something becomes a habit, you're not going to even have to think about it. Like for example, when I travel and there's no gyms around, what I start to do is I start doing push-ups wherever I'm at. I start to do a workout. I'll find a branch and I'll start doing pull-ups. And the reason is because I built that habit of working out every single day that I feel weird for not doing it. And that's when the habit becomes powerful, right? And that's where you want to get to eventually. But if you don't understand the phases, then getting to that mark is going to be extremely difficult. So this is something that I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully you guys found this useful. If you did, make sure to like, leave a comment with what you guys think, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm gonna be dropping videos like this every single day, dropping some gems for you guys. So like I said, this is gonna be it for the video. All right, guys, peace.